Hey YouTube, Uncle Drew here. I want to give my insights in here on how to start a YouTube channel. The struggles, the learning that I've gone through, but also the successes to anyone else out there looking to start their channel. I'm obviously in the car. I'm on a drive. I've got some drive time here. I thought this is the perfect opportunity to let others who are aspiring to start up a YouTube channel know what I've gone through. Again, the successes, learning experiences. I don't consider anything a failure. I've been pretty successful at a lot of things that I've done, but YouTube and social media, brand new to me. And I'm finding things challenging, difficult, but also very rewarding once they've been done. So I'm talking here, I'm not even going to edit this video. This is going to be pure Uncle Drew speak without cutting and pasting and copying and editing. I mean, that brings me to one thing I've learned too, is you got to be able to take breaks when filming and editing. My channel, from what you may or may not have viewed already, is largely focused on cooking and a little bit of golf. Both of those things, cooking and golf, I love. I'm passionate about both. I've done both for a very long time. I decided to get started on a YouTube channel. Today is November the 25th. I got started really, I'll say the first week of October. So I'm about 6.5 weeks in. I've had the channel for a decade, but I've only really started posting about that 6 weeks ago. And I'll tell you what, people want subscribers, they want growth fast. I'm okay with the slow and steady pace because there's so much to learn. And one thing is not to get discouraged when you're trying to grow your channel and start your channel. Look, I started out really on my channel back there in October with 1 subscriber, and that was this guy right here, myself. And my second subscriber was my really good friend T. He's been a supporter the entire time, and that's one key that I would say, is that you need to get somebody on your team with you, on your side, that supports you in what you're doing and is always encouraging you to keep trying. They might have experience that you don't, such as my good friend T. A lot of experience in that guy, and he's helped me out tremendously on things that I should try and do. When I've made mention of a few things that I want to do, he's given the input that I've looked for, both positive sides and constructively criticizing how I could possibly improve. But he's also let me try a few things so I could learn what worked and what didn't work, and go back and have that conversation with him. And then I'll have to eat a little bit of humble pie and say, hey T, you were right. Which he's been right on quite a few things so far. So I'm so appreciative to my good friend T for that. A few things that I'll help people out with on starting their YouTube channel is, number one, you've got to find whatever you're truly passionate about. Sorry, I can't keep looking at the camera here while I'm driving, of course, continuously. Find something that you're completely passionate about, that you really truly love, and that you've got some knowledge on. Because then it doesn't seem like work. Although to make things successful, it's going to take a hell of a lot of work to get there. Whether it's on YouTube or the other social networks, it's going to take a lot of work. But if you're spending a lot of time working on something, you better do something and work on something that you really love and that you're passionate about, because it's not going to seem like work. It might take time, but it's not going to seem like work. I'm much happier and fulfilled working on something that I'm so passionate about and that I'm having fun with. And look, we always need to eat. I eat maybe a little bit too much, but we always need to eat. So I'm cooking. I've been cooking for decades for a lot of people, and yet I haven't put it on film before 6 weeks ago or so. I was going to come out on camera, and I wanted to thank my 100th subscriber, and I missed him, unfortunately, because I got so busy and caught up in filming more content and making more content. And then I was going to go out on and thank my 250th subscriber. And I saw when I was at 249, I was going to say, okay, at 250, I'm going to thank my 250th subscriber. And that was on, I believe it was on November the 21st. And yeah, today we're on the 25th. And then somehow I've jumped from 250 to 300. But I'm still going to say thank you to Rob B. He was my 250th subscriber. I remember the name. I just saw it pop up again. So thank you, Rob B, for 250. I'd say there's a prize, but there's really no prize other than me with a heartfelt thank you for being my 250th subscriber. And I really love all the other 200 and I guess 47 subscribers. I'm not counting myself in there or my friend T, but thank you for those. And for the next 50, also thank you so much. I'm gonna click on this soon and see the name of the 300 subscriber. I want to thank them too, because without you guys, there'd be no Uncle Drew's cooking channel or golfing channel. So number one was do something that you really love and that you're passionate about. Number two, have a plan in terms of a plan and a schedule. You've got a full-time job. Until you can get a channel going, you've got to continue to earn income. So you've got to find time. When am I going to film content? When am I going to edit the content? Am I going to outsourcing the editing of content? Look, when I started, I'm in my old profession, I started out with a pen and a cocktail napkin. You know, computers weren't big. Cell phones were, I mean, we still had flip phones and old radio phones at the time. Having to learn how to edit video for me was a scary, scary fear, nightmare. And yet, I think I'm doing okay for being in the 6 weeks so far on editing video. It's a matter of sitting down, reading, learning, YouTubing, Googling, seeing how others have done it, taking instruction from them, really getting into it, learning how to use your phone. A few days ago, I just a few days ago learned how to film in 4K. Didn't know I had to hit some button on my phone and change it into 4K. But now I'm filming in 4K, and I think every video going forward is going to be that much better because of it. But then I've also learned that takes up more storage on my phone. I've got to download to my laptops and whatnot. So it's been a learning process, how to use the phone, setting up proper camera angles, zooming in, zooming out, cutting, pasting, editing, vertical filming, horizontal filming. Thanks to my friend T for that one, saying, Uncle Drew, you've got to film horizontal like this, not vertical for a lot of stuff. I'm filming horizontal. It might look crooked right now because I'm driving and I've got to keep that camera on a certain angle on the I don't know if it's a tripod or stand or whatever the heck it is in my car. So you've got to learn how to use your phone. You've got to have a proper lighting or a proper lighting setup wherever it is that you're filming. I started without a light. I started without a new phone. I'm still using the older phone that I have, because when we're starting these things out, we've got to make sure it's something that we want to do. So my advice would be, before you start spending a bundle and going out and throwing money on cameras and lighting and phones and extra tripods and all this other stuff, get used to and familiar with what you have already before you start spending more money on those types of things. So just a quick recap out there was, do something you're passionate about and that you really love, and it doesn't seem like work. Number two out there to me would be, get to know the technology that you have at your disposal right now, whatever it may be, maybe a camera, a phone, whatever it might be, how to use that properly, what kind of lighting you have available. You have lighting in your own place. Is it better with daylight on what you're doing? And after that, I'm going to say, start small. Start with a couple of YouTube shorts, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and then start expanding your videos to go into the longer version of your videos, what you want to talk about. That's the other tip that I learned here from my friend T and other YouTubers, is when you get into the longer videos, excuse me, I was about to burp there, that would have been kind of funny since there's no editing allowed on this one. It make your longer videos anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes and longer to get views out there. Those are really good. That to me though is a little bit lower on the priority list when starting out as a technology, starting out with something smaller, those shorts, the YouTube shorts, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Being shorter, you don't have to put as much time into them, and you'll start to refine your craft on what works, what might not work as well. And you've got to start researching keywords, what keywords out there. Oh, and that brings me to another point. The more I've posted between all my social media, including YouTube and the others that I'm using, and I'm not going to mention their names because I'm focused right now on YouTube, and YouTube gets my complete and undivided attention for this video. But what I've noticed is, as I've been posting more across the platforms that I'm using, and you can always find me, Andrew Lekis 21. I've got the same handle on all of them. That was another great feature, by the way. I'll come back to the other point. YouTube recently introduced handles, so you can choose your handle name. So if you've got almost like in Top Gun, a call sign, you could come up with your own handle. I think that's fantastic. But what I was going to mention about the posting on all the platforms is I've had many people reach out to me right now trying to sell me things with regards to, I can help you get SEO. Remember, dinosaur, pen, cocktail napkin. The hell is SEO? Internet? What? My generation was always internet. What's that? That's not gonna work. That's not gonna last. SEO, what does that mean? Search engine optimization. Let me tell you something. As I say, I've been successful in business for a number of years. Very successful, we'll say. But when it comes to the social media and editing video and filming content and all that, if there was a scale of 1 to 10, I would have been below 1. That's how little I knew. And which is humbling, but it's really good going in with that humbleness at the beginning. So people were reaching out to me to sell me things. Andrew, Uncle Drew, I can help you get SEO. I can help you with keywords. I can help you with there was no help. It was you pay, and I'm going to give you something. Well, on this side, being in business for a long time, red flags went up, defense signals went up, saying, wait a second, people are trying to sell me things. I don't even know yet if I'm going to be good at this, or how successful I'm going to be, or how long it's going to take me to do it. I don't know what works and what doesn't work yet. How am I expected to go out and buy things from people believing in them? No. Don't spend those dollars. Just like I just mentioned, don't go out and buy new phones and lighting and do this and that. Don't spend anything. Learn on your own. That's the best way you can do it. Building a business from the ground up, I believe, you've got to be able to learn. It's like if I had a McDonald's franchise. They're not just going to go over and give me that franchise with McDonald's. They're not just going to simply take my money and say, here, you're now a franchisee. They're going to say, great, come with us. McDonald's University, sir. We don't care about your experience. You've got to learn McDonald's way, and that's from the ground up. You've got to start in the crew, in the restaurant. You've got to learn how to grill a burger on your own. So that way you know how to do it and you can teach others. So what I'm trying to get at here is don't need to go out and spend big dollars and pay people for SEO and keywords and this and that just yet. Learn it on your own at the beginning. Find out what's working, what's not working, where you can improve upon. And then once you start to get better at your craft, okay, now I can start looking at those things where I'm going to spend some dollars and really start growing my channel a little bit bigger and worthwhile, where I need to put dollars first. So those are my little tidbits of information for now on how to start the channel. Consistency to means to me how much time you're able to devote to it. If you're committed to growing your channel, plan out your week. This is going to be my day and time to film my content. First, you've got to decide what content you're going to create or film, and decide when you're going to film that, and then plan it into your schedule as to when you're going to edit your content, and then plan in your schedule when you're going to post your content. Look, a problem that I had here, I went hard. I've got one of those types of personalities that when I'm going into something and I've developed my plan, I go all in. Sleep becomes secondary on these types of things, and I got so intense. You'll notice I'm wearing eyeglasses right now. I got so intense those first 4 or 5 weeks. It would have been about 4.5 weeks where I was basically waking up and I'd start editing my content from the night before. I'd edit all day. Of course, it gets in the way of work. Then I'd start filming more content, especially for the cooking channel and the food portion of it, from 4 o'clock my time until 7 or 8 o'clock. Look, I'm great in the kitchen. I'll say that. I am really good. I've got skills in there, but it was a completely different ball game learning how to film the content on my own while trying to cook it too. Completely different. And then I get to editing again, edit, and then I go to sleep really late at night and I wake up early again, and I'd repeat that cycle, and I was repeating that cycle, and then I started having problems in my left eye, and it turns out, where I just came from another specialist, that I've got a partial tear in my retina and the lower eyeball. So if any eye specialists are watching right now and you could direct me in the right way here, I'm going to see another specialist in a couple of days, retina specialist. They say it's just a small tear right now, but it can be addressed before things get worse. So I'm optimistic there. But what I'm getting at is I was very intense. I don't know if staring at my screen literally for 17 hours a day impacted that at all. I'm not the doctor. I'm not the specialist in that. I'm not going to get. But what I'm trying to get at here is with your plan out and have a certain amount of time that you're going to film, because that'll take its toll on you, both physically, mentally. A certain amount of time planned out for editing, and a certain amount of time planned out for posting your content, and build to that. Because look, if you try and go 6, 8, 10, 16 hours in a day for a lot of your content, between filming, editing, posting, and it's not something you're passionate about or something you love, you may end up burning out quite quickly. Oh, that was a little beeper saying I was going a little too fast there, so we're back down on that speed. So watch yourself and your time there too. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say for now. Right now, with those tips, more to come, because as I say, we're growing here. Do we all want to get 20 million subscribers and 300 million views on our channel? I'm sure a lot of people do. Not everybody does. I have not set a target or a goal on what I want. My only target, my only goal was to have fun and enjoy what I'm doing. And in all my years of business and growing different businesses and again becoming successful with them, this is probably the most fun, enjoyable, and fulfilling experience I've had in all of that thus far. And I've had fun before and enjoyable experiences, but I'll tell you what, filming myself golfing was a fear enough in itself, but I'm passionate about it, and now I'm enjoying that. Again, cooking, passionate, love it, and now I'm filming it. So this doesn't seem exhausting to me. I just wish the eyes could hold up a little bit better. Again, I don't believe it was caused by the filming and the editing, but we'll leave that to the specialists to tell me about. So those are my little tidbits for now. Goals of having fun, absolutely 10 out of 10. Reached that so far. Things there are good. We'll come back in a little while and see where we're at. As I say, it was November 17th where I hit my 250th subscriber, Rob B. It was about 6.5 weeks ago. I hit my second subscriber, which was my friend Mr. T. I almost called him by his full name out there. So my friend T. And I am going to find out who number 300 was. And then when we come back shortly, we're going to find out who the 25,000th subscriber was. I don't know when I'll get there, if I'll get there, but it's going to be one hell of a journey. So keep going. The biggest and most important step to your YouTube channel and starting your journey is you have to start. And I got that advice from one other person watching his content over and over and over. And I'm sure you know who Gary V is, Gary Vaynerchuk. He is the one true inspiration I had for starting. His advice to me and to obviously his 200 million people was just start. The hardest step was that first video, the first step, putting myself out there. The hardest step for you can also be starting. Just start. Pick your topic, pick your passion, pick your love, and just start. You can't go wrong when you're talking from right here. Get out there and start. Start with 1, and then grow to 2, and so on and so on and so on. And don't let other people talk you down. Don't let other people discourage you. Stay positive. Stay on the up and up. Keep going after what you're passionate about. Don't worry about the negativity. There's going to be a hell of a lot of negativity. Focus on the positive stuff and find that positive influence on you, like I have with Mr. T. Not Mr. T, but he's Mr. T to me. And you're going to succeed. You're going to have some fun. So keep at it. And don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit that subscribe button and that share button right down there. I've learned that on YouTube as well. Until next time, this is Uncle Drew, over and out. Boom! And how do we stop this? Remember, no editing. Boom. Hopefully I got that look right at the camera, right?